I had never imagined that one simple message would change everything. It wasn't the words that struck me, but the silence behind them. Silence that spoke volumes more than any words ever could. I know what you did, and it's breaking me. Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories, or please complete our 1,000 subscribers. The day I saw those words, my heart skipped a beat. How could it be? The person I loved, the person I thought I knew more than anyone, was now holding something over me, something I had buried deep within, something I had hidden so well, even from myself. It all started a year ago. My name is Maya, a regular girl with an extraordinary secret, one that had followed me for as long as I could remember. I was always the quiet one, the observer. My friends often wondered why I preferred listening to talking, but there was always a reason. My childhood had been filled with moments I could never share. Experiences so painful that expressing them would mean opening doors I wasn't ready to face. I had grown accustomed to keeping my thoughts, my feelings, and my scars hidden. My life felt like a puzzle with missing pieces, pieces I couldn't bear to look at. But then I met Samir. He was everything I thought I needed. A man who spoke with his heart, who could make me laugh on my darkest days, and most of all, someone who promised me there was nothing to hide. I thought maybe, just maybe, I could let go of the past. Maybe I could finally open up and live freely. The first time Samir told me he loved me, I didn't know how to respond. The words felt alien to me, like a language I had never learned. I had only ever known pain, and here he was, offering me something pure, something I wasn't sure I deserved. But I smiled, and for the first time, I allowed myself to believe it. However, as the months passed, the walls I had built for years began to crumble. I found myself sharing pieces of my past, little by little. A story here, a memory there. Samir listened, he always listened. But there was one part of me I couldn't share. Something so deep, so hidden that it felt as if even speaking it out loud would make it real. Then one evening, the unthinkable happened. We had gone for a walk, just like we always did. The air was cool, the streets were quiet, and everything felt perfect. But that night, I sensed something different in Samir's eyes. He seemed distant, as though his mind was 1,000 miles away. I didn't know it then, but it was the calm before the storm. When we reached the park, Samir stopped walking and turned to face me. His eyes were searching mine, as if he was looking for something I hadn't shared. I could see the question in his gaze, but I didn't have the answer. Not the one he wanted, anyway. "Maya, there's something I need to ask you," he said, his voice shaky, almost uncertain. "Something I feel like I've always known, but I need to hear you say it. Are you hiding something from me?" I froze. My heart raced. He had no idea how true those words were. I didn't answer him right away. Instead, I looked away, pretending to be lost in the stars above. The truth was, I couldn't face him. Not yet. I wasn't ready to share the most painful part of me. So, I did what I had done for years. I hid. I smiled, pretending everything was fine, when in reality, nothing was. But Samir wasn't like the others. He saw through my walls, and that scared me. It scared me more than anything. I had thought I could keep my secret buried forever, but Samir was the kind of person who could find the cracks in even the deepest of lies. A few days later, the message came. "I know what you did, and it's breaking me." Those words cut through me like a knife. Samir knew. Somehow, he had found out. The one thing I had tried so hard to bury, to forget, it was now the reason for our unraveling. I called him immediately, but he didn't answer. I sent him text after text, but nothing. My heart pounded in my chest. I knew I had to tell him the truth, but could I? Was I ready to lose everything just to be honest? Or would the truth destroy what we had? It wasn't until the next day that Samir reached out. He was calm, almost too calm. "Meet me," he said. "We need to talk." I walked to the spot where we had last spoken. Samir was already there, sitting on the same bench we'd shared so many memories on. His face was unreadable, but his eyes, they told a different story. There was pain in them, a kind of sadness I hadn't seen before. "I know, Maya," he whispered. "I know everything." In that moment, I realized how much Samir had seen, how much he understood. He wasn't angry, not in the way I expected. He didn't yell, didn't accuse me. He just sat there, waiting for me to speak. And then, for the first time in years, I opened up. I told him everything. The secret I had hidden, the truth that had been eating me alive for so long. It wasn't easy, but Samir listened, just as he always had. When I finished, there was silence between us. It was a heavy silence, filled with uncertainty. But then Samir looked at me and said the words I never thought I'd hear. "I'm not going anywhere. You don't have to carry this alone anymore." We both sat there, the weight of the past finally lifting, as if we had just crossed a bridge together. For the first time I felt free, not from the past, but with it. Samir's love wasn't about perfection. It was about understanding, and for the first time, I truly believed that I didn't have to hide anymore. If you found this story moving, and if you want to hear more emotional journeys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more. Every like and subscription means the world to me. Let's continue this journey together.